years. You must keep in mind that a $100 million contract in 2009 to a non-quarterback was almost unheard of in 2009. So for all this money, the Redskins must have gotten an all-time great in return, right? Wrong. Hainsworth suited up for just 20 games as a Redskin, and if you ask any Redskins fans, they'll try and tell you he only put in effort for half of those games. Hainsworth was genuinely a talented player and earned all that money with his skill. The only problem is that he barely ever decided to actually try. Don't believe me? Well, one of the most famous moments in NFL history is when Albert Hainsworth gets blocked and voluntarily stays on the ground for the entirety of the play. A play that lasted almost 10 seconds. Hainsworth was traded to New England in 2011 and finished the season in Tampa Bay, then retired soon after. If you think that's absurd, this next one is just a little sad, man. Ahman Green was drafted in the 3rd round in the 1998 NFL Draft, and after barely playing at all, a few years later found himself with the Green Bay Packers. Green played a 7-season stint for the Packers where he became the franchise's all-time leading rusher, totaling 8,322 rushing yards for the team and 54 touchdowns. Green earned a trip to 4 Pro Bowls along the way, and even rushed for 1,883 yards in 2003 and 15 touchdowns to boot, which is not too bad. However, going into the 2007 season, the 29-year-old running back was a hot commodity as the Houston Texans offered one of the largest running back contracts at the time, a 4-year, $23 million deal. Green signed the contract, however, he would barely see the field in Houston as injuries limited his playing time. After back-to-back season-ending knee injuries in 2007 and 2008, the Houston Texans released him, and he signed with the Packers for the 2009 season where he ended his career. Green could never quite live up to the hype outside of Green Bay, so why not come back to where he could? Now, this one's a little bit more recent, and it's none other than Byron Maxwell. In the 2011 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks selected Byron Maxwell in the 6th round, and Maxwell didn't play his first few years. However, he would make his mark in 2013 with 4 interceptions as he was a part of the Legion of Boom that led the Seattle Seahawks to the 2013 Super Bowl and eventually would win a championship. Maxwell was just another one of the late-round quarterbacks that the Seattle Seahawks had selected that had blossomed into a star. Richard Sherman, Brandon Brown,